The Last Kingdom has quickly made its way onto everyone's list of top shows to watch. With Vikings, Anglo-Saxons, and Alfred the Great, it's really no wonder why the show has created such a buzz. Boasting an amazing storyline, intense fight scenes, and an incredible cast, the show now has 5 seasons. So, let's take a look at some of the best actors that the show has introduced to us. Alexander Dreymon. Now, the best thing about this show is Alexander Dreymon, who plays Uhtred. The character's been called the Jon Snow of Britain. This show takes place in the 9th century, and the fans love the fact that it accurately portrays Bernard Cornwell's novels on King Alfred the Great. After he played Uhtred, Alexander Dreymon has become somewhat of a big deal in Britain, which has prompted fans to try and learn more about his life. He's a polyglot. Dreymon is fluent in French, German, and English. In his ability to speak 3 languages, Dreymon said, "When I was growing up, my family moved around a lot, and I've never belonged to a specific country. It was always really hard because I'd have to make new friends, or I'd have to sit in class for months without speaking the language." He does his own stunts. Not a lot of actors can brag about doing their own stunts. Alexander Dreymon is one of the only actors or few actors on the show who can perform their own stunts. He learned everything from Tomas Catrix, his stunt double, and his stunt coordinator Levente Leisak. Dreymon wanted to learn the stunts by himself because he wanted the character to look as natural as possible. Now, naturally, this made the fans really happy because they felt like the actor was dedicated to the role, and this only made him appear more genuine. He doesn't exactly have a black belt, but he is a well-trained martial artist, which is an incredible feat in itself. He had a rough start. Despite having an amazing childhood and tons of talent, he had a tough start to his career. He didn't get as many roles, even though he did get roles in a few French and British films. However, it was 2010 that he got his golden opportunity, and that he had been seeking. He'd been offered a role in Christopher and His Kind. He played the role of Casper, in which he showed the world his amazing acting skills. In 2011, he also appeared in a couple of other films, including Resistance and Who's Watching Who. He starred in American Horror Story. Before landing the role of Uhtred in The Last Kingdom, Dreymon played Luke Ramsey in the 3rd season of American Horror Story, Coven. Dreymon has said repeatedly that being part of the American Horror Story cast is what helped him prepare for the role of Uhtred. And other than this, some of the other projects that he's worked on include Guys Reading Poems, Heartlock, and the 2020 film Horizon Line. David Dawson. David Dawson played the role of King Alfred, which made us fall head over heels in love with him. The actor doesn't like sharing tidbits about himself, so here are the few things that we do actually know. He's openly gay. David Dawson is a part of the LGBTQ community, and is a staunch reporter of gay rights. We don't know much about his life or sexuality, as he's otherwise an extremely private person. However, we do know from social media what his views are. Unfortunately, we don't know who he's seeing or dating, or what his relationship status even is. His career. David Dawson accepted RADA on the acting program in 2002. While he was there, he was a member of the Musketeer Theatre Company, where he played Dogberry in William Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing. He wrote his first play at the age of 17, called Divorced and Desperate, which ran at the Queen's Hall Theatre for 3 consecutive nights. After a year, he wrote another play that he starred in, called The Boy in the Bed at the Tower Theatre. This time, he had financial support from Barbara Windsor and Julie Walters. After he left the Academy, he got his first professional role with Kevin Spacey, playing the eponymous hero of Shakespeare's Richard II for Trevor Nunn. He'd gone so far as to star in various British movies and TV shows, some of which include Doc Martin, The Thick of It, Secret Diary of a Call Girl, and Peaky Blinders. There's also another rumor that David Dawson is going to be playing Harry Styles' love interest in an upcoming movie called My Policeman. We're actually pretty excited because he'll be starring alongside of Harry Styles. Now that's a pair we're rooting for. He has voice acting experience. While he's known for doing, the live action movies and roles, little do people know he's also done some voice acting. In 2012, he was part of 2 radio shows, To Make the Plow Go Before the Horse and Eugene Onegin. It doesn't appear that he had any plans to do more voice work in the future, but we're hoping that he does one day because we absolutely love the way that he delivers every piece of dialogue. He's a history buff. No wonder he fits the role of King Alfred the Great so perfectly. David Dawson is actually a huge history buff, just like us. During an interview with Sarah Oliver, he said, "I love history, and I think it's really fun to explore periods of time that aren't now, because you're then entering a completely different world. The way people, societies in those times were different really fascinates me." Tobias Santelman, and he quickly became one of our favorite actors. In fact, he's been nominated for the Amanda Awards for the Best Supporting Actor and the Best Newcomer. He's Norwegian-German. A lot of people didn't know this about Tobias, but he actually comes from an affluent German family. He was 1 year old when he moved to Norway with his family. The family settled in Oslo when Tobias was 16. He's of average height. Not that it really matters much, but the actor isn't as tall as his co-stars. He's like average height, around 5'8". But honestly, it's kind of weird. I could have sworn he was taller. I guess he just knows how to carry himself well. His career. Despite being new to the industry, Tobias has very quickly garnered attention for his good looks and his exceptional acting skills. He's worked on a number of projects such as Young Soon in The Good Person of Szechuan, Kay in The Castle, Torvald Helmer in Nora, and Nick in The Woods. In addition to his stage work, Tobias has also worked for movies like Kon-Tiki, Jag etter Vind, Flucht, and Jeg Din. Mark Rowley. Mark Rowley plays Finan, Uhtred's closest friend. The two first crossed paths when they were captured and put onto a boat by cold-hearted overlords who tried to kill them. They both became friends and survived together, never leaving each other's side. When Finan comes back in season 5, we discover that he settled down in Uhtred's town of Rumkofa with a wife and children. You'd think that now he has a family, he would no longer be willing to go into battle, but that ain't true. Finan loves fighting, and he isn't afraid to get his hands dirty. It was in 2021 that Rowley played a smaller role in the drama The North Water, sharing the screen with Colin Farrell, and as The Last Kingdom co-star Eliza Butterworth. Rowley's also appeared in Home Fires in 2016 and The Spanish Princess in 2020. However, yeah, he's still new to the industry, but we are hoping to see a lot more from him after The Last Kingdom. There's also rumors that Mark Rowley is going to be playing Prince Alvitir in The Witcher Blood Origin. Doesn't that excite you just as much as it excites us? Yeah, we can't wait to see him slay that role. Emily Cox. Emily Cox plays Brida, Uhtred's love interest. However, as fate would have it, they ultimately went down different paths, with Uhtred drifting towards his Saxon heritage and Brida becoming an increasingly extreme voice for the Danes. Emily Cox is Irish and has appeared in several stage productions and television programs in her home country. She's also starred in a few American films, such as Anguish and The Omen 666. Unfortunately, not much is known about the Irish beauty, and just like some of her co-stars, she likes to keep her life private. Her most notable role besides Brida was a supporting role in the TV series Jerks, as a child who wanted to become a dancer, but then later on chose to become an actress. Arnas Fedorovicius. He plays Sihtric, which is another one of Uhtred's longtime friends. Frequently seen charging into battles alongside Finan and Osferth, he was originally a Dane invader, but then he pledged his loyalty to Uhtred after he was saved by him from being executed. He's extremely loyal to Uhtred, and he never fails to show it. Later on in the series, he too builds a life for himself in Rumkomfa with his wife and his various children. Not much is known about Arnas, as he's new to the world of acting, but the Lithuanian actor has also appeared in Scandinavian drama series Thicker Than Water. He's quickly become one of the most popular characters, and we just can't wait to see what else this actor has in store for us in the future. And that's a wrap for today's video. So, what was your favorite character from The Last Kingdom? Let us know in the comment section below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. See you in the next one. Later!